the weirdo talk show that has suddenly found its way. Everybody's Live with John Mulaney understands what's wrong with the genre. Still, it took time to hit on the ambitious free-for-all it is now. John Mulaney wore a blindfold for an entire episode, which also featured, from left, Richard Kind, a production staffer, Patton Oswalt, Sarah Silverman, Alanis Morissette, and Steve Guttenberg. Credit: Adam Rose / Netflix. Last week, John Mulaney hosted his weekly talk show blindfolded because, well, why not? Covering his eyes enabled him to make a joke about what he has in common with the Pope. We're both from Chicago and we both willfully blind ourselves to the absurdities of our job. Yet the stunt had less to do with opportunities for punchlines than with short-circuiting the rhythms of the talk show. Putting a host in such a predicament scrambles the script. Mulaney occasionally wandered away from the camera, leaving us, his viewers, abandoned and slightly worried for him. What's remarkable is that if you were to rank the most bizarre aspects of that hour of Everybody's Live with John Mulaney every Wednesday on Netflix, blindfolding the host might not make the top 10. Consider the competition. Mulaney's sidekick, Richard Kind, told a story about taking a nap on a toilet during a date. An actor playing Yaqub, a bulbous-headed ancient scientist who the Nation of Islam believes invented white people, came on stage to sing a show tune. That was followed by an actress who did an impression of Jean Smart, that is, if she weren't smart. The character's name was, naturally, Jean Dumb. Steve Guttenberg appeared and underneath his name on screen, it read, "Defund the Police Academy." Then there was the subplot of a daredevil robot named Samo who broke up with his girlfriend in front of a crowd on a studio lot, then tried to roll off a ramp and fly over a car. He failed and crashed to bits. With a lab experiment aesthetic, Everybody's Live is the most ambitious, most anything-goes television talk show in many years. Whether it works is more of an evolving question. The season began with a firm idea of what was wrong with other talk shows: actors promoting projects, overly planned chat, generic topicality, formulaic structure. Critics like me have long complained about these elements, and Mulaney, bless him, just did away with them. But figuring out the show you want to do is harder than knowing the one you don't. Everybody's Live is less original than it appears. Even the blindfold had been done before. Trying to escape topicality, Pete Holmes's short-lived talk show organized monologues around not the news, but broad subjects like marriage or family. Mulaney did something similar, centering every episode on quirkier themes like, can major surgery be fun? Nearly everything has been done before, of course, but Mulaney tends to steal from the best. Like Late Night with David Letterman, he did a Christmas special far from the holiday season. Mulaney's opening monologues have been a consistent highlight, mixing behind-the-scenes stories, like a failed attempt to book Bone Thugs-n-Harmony, with polished stand-up bits, like an irreverent case against the FBI. But some of his fever dream stunts, recasting Seinfeld with members of Fish, are easier to admire than laugh at. The phone calls from viewers he fields in a recurring segment have often been awkward. And the panel chat can be aimless. How did they pull off a boring chat with Conan O'Brien, Tina Fey, and Mulaney? That's the risk you take when you do away with more prepared conversation. Mulaney asked Fey if she collected anything, learned she didn't, and hit a dead end. Everybody's Live is still always interesting because of its taste and ambition and mad chutzpah. But a guilty thought occurred to me watching the first few episodes. What if someone went to great lengths to make exactly the kind of talk show that I want to see, and I didn't like it? Is that on me?